somebody at the start of this season said that Arsenal would finish right behind Man City and take Man City all the way to challenge for the Premier League title, like I always say, you need a psychologist. No one ever predicted this. Arsenal had an incredible season, but they fell short, ultimately finishing in second in the Premier League. They ran out of gas, they got into some injury trouble, and then ultimately Man City passed them and won the Premier League title and won the treble. And as much as you all know that I love Bournemouth, I love Arsenal. I am a gunner at heart. I've always been a gunner at heart. There's my Arsenal poster. I have some more Arsenal stuff over there. I'm wearing an Arsenal shirt. Yes. So what are we doing today? Today, it is time for our first rebuild on this channel, and we are going to rebuild Arsenal so maybe they can actually overtake Man City and win the Premier League. Now, since coming in to take charge of Arsenal, Mikel Arteta has done an absolutely phenomenal job. No one expected Arsenal to finish second. Like I said, there was a lot of promise in the squad, a lot of youngsters like Bukayo Saka, Martinelli, and we got Odegaard as well. Jesus came in, but no one expected Arsenal to challenge for the title, let alone lead the Premier League for 90% of the season last year. The team was expected to qualify for Europe, probably not even a Champions League. People expected Arsenal to finish in the 5th, 6th, maybe even 7th spot this season, but they defied all the odds. They went on a huge run in the beginning of the season and it carried on to the new year, but then ultimately, like I said, they ran out of gas, ran into some injury problems. So we are going to change all of that today, and we're going to try to make sure Arsenal are champions. Arsenal is a club filled with history, and their cabinet is filled with a lot of trophies, but for the past several years now, Arsenal hasn't really done much. Yeah, we won a few FA Cups, but when it comes to the Premier League contention, we have been non-existent. When it comes to the Champions League, absolutely non-existent. So ultimately, the point of this rebuild is to get Arsenal back up to that level, and the first thing we need to do is, of course, take a look at the squad and then pinpoint exactly where change is needed. The front three of Martinelli, Jesus, and Saka, I am completely fine with that. They caused so much havoc this season for basically every single Premier League club, apart from maybe Man City, but everybody else was afraid of those front three. Martinelli with his speed on that left-hand side, Saka always cutting in on that right-hand side, Jesus being a poacher, coming back, grabbing the ball, passing out wide, even crossing it into the box sometimes. Absolutely fantastic. Martin Odegaard in that central midfield cam position was also unbelievable, making so many good passes, shots from outside the box, very, very creative. Now, the other two midfielders in Xhaka and Partey, I'm not 100% sold on. Xhaka was actually very, very good this season, probably his best year ever in anywhere, honestly. Xhaka was absolutely fantastic, and I would love for him to stay, but unfortunately, I think he might be leaving to, I think it was Bayer Leverkusen. I think Bayer Leverkusen want Granit Xhaka, so I think he might have played his last match for Arsenal. When it comes to Thomas Partey, also decent, not consistent enough though. Not very, very consistent. Sometimes he's good, sometimes he's not great. He also has some injury issues as well, so I think we can definitely upgrade in the midfield and bring in a really, really quality midfielder, and we'll get to that quality midfielder in a few minutes. When it comes to the back line, of course, Arsenal brought in Zinchenko, and for the most part, he has been good, although I find that he makes these like random mistakes sometimes. He'll make a bad pass, which will cause a goal-scoring opportunity the other way. He'll put in a bad cross, he'll miss marking somebody, and they'll just blow by him, and that'll cause a goal-scoring opportunity. Like, he's been good, but again, he's been quite inconsistent, I find. But for the most part, he's been decent. He has been decent. I'm not gonna lie to you. He has been decent. Has he been an upgrade on Tierney? Maybe, but him and Kieran Tierney, who share that left back position, are completely different players. Tierney is very, very fast, and he likes to just trek down that left-hand side and put balls right into the box, balls into the box, balls into the box. That's what Tierney does. Whereas Zinchenko is more of a like midfielder. He'll come up and he'll start drifting into the midfield and collect passes there, and then make outlet passes back out on the wings, and maybe even take some shots himself from the midfield. So do we need another left back? I don't know. I'm not 100% sure. The two center backs of Gabriel and William Saliba, my goodness, they were a rock in the back. an incredible partnership, an absolutely incredible partnership that's going to stay at Arsenal for hopefully years to come. This is what Arsenal need. Gabriel and Saliba just absolutely fantastic together. We definitely do not need to change our starting center backs, but we definitely do need to change some backup center backs, because if you remember, before Jakub Kiwior came in from Serie A, we had Rob Holding. Like, if you take a look at the quality of the center backs, there's a big drop off. You have Gabriel and Saliba, and then it is Kiwior and Holding. And Kiwior does show a lot of promise. He's young. I believe he's only 22 or 23. He's only 22, and he played every single game for Poland at the World Cup. So he has some experience, and he's going to grow very well. He will grow very well, but are they good enough? Is he good enough to come in, you know, week in, week out and come in as a substitute? Or if one of Gabriel or Saliba gets injured, he's not. I don't think he is. He played in the last few games for Arsenal because Saliba was injured, and Holding ultimately is just not good enough. Holding needs to be sold, that is for sure. He is not good enough to play for a club like Arsenal, and I think his time has come to an end at Arsenal. But Kiwior, he's not at that level of consistency yet. So Arsenal definitely need another 1 or 2 quality center backs that we will be looking at this rebuild. And when it comes to our right back position, Ben White and Tomiyasu, I don't have a problem with Ben White and Tomiyasu whatsoever. He came in with a lot of promise and he played well last year, but then this year, for the most of the season, he was injured. He was injured. He didn't play a lot this year whatsoever, but Ben White stepped up and he did a phenomenal job on that right-hand side. That combination, that little triangle between Saka and Odegaard and Ben White, it worked really well. And Ben White caused a lot of problems for a lot of teams going down that right-hand side with Saka. Like, he was really good, honestly. I thought he was good. Maybe I'm being a little biased, but I think Ben White did a very good job there. And then, of course, we get to our goalkeeping situation. Aaron Ramsdale, absolutely fantastic. And then Matt Turner, if I could find him there, he is Matt Turner. I mean, he was okay. He was decent, but he's a good enough backup goalkeeper. I mean, he can do the job in the cup games and the Europa League games if we play in the Europa League. But yeah, I don't think goalkeeping is a huge priority for Arsenal whatsoever. And when it comes to the bench and more like fringe players, that's where I think Arsenal really lacks. If you look at a team like Manchester City, to compete with Manchester City, I mean, they could sit De Bruyne and bring on Bernardo Silva or Phil Foden. Arsenal can't do that. Arsenal does not have the bench and the depth. Like I talked about the center backs. If Gabriel and Saliba aren't playing, it is Kiwior and Holding playing. And that's a huge downgrade from the first two. Honestly, it really is. So the bench is the problem for Arsenal. And that's just not saying about just center backs. I'm talking about in many other positions. When it comes to center midfield, the same thing. If Partey is injured, Jorginho comes in. Jorginho's been okay, but after Jorginho and Xhaka, there's nobody. There's really nobody, you know, like Fabio Vieira is, I guess, the substitute for Odegaard, but Vieira hasn't been good at all. He was not good whatsoever. He was very disappointing this year. I think people expected more from him because I believe Arsenal paid almost 35 or 40 million for him from Porto. I think it was Porto where we got him from. And he just hasn't been that great, honestly. He hasn't fit in. Maybe he hasn't gotten comfortable enough, or maybe the Premier League is a little too fast and too physical for him, but he hasn't been good at all. Winger-wise, Emil Smith-Rowe, I mean, he's young, shows promise. He can still be a good player in the Premier League. I do believe that Emil Smith-Rowe still has some quality and still has something to contribute to Arsenal, so I think we're definitely going to keep him. Of course, you know about Martinelli. Of course, we're going to keep Reece Nelson. He grows very well, and honestly, I mean, he's that type of player that you need, you know? I think he's that type of player that you need to come in cup games and just kind of hold the fort down, give the guys some rest, and just log in some minutes. Bukayo Saka, of course, stays. Leandro Trossard's been an absolutely great signing from Brighton. He's been consistent, a lot of assists, not too many goals, but enough assists and enough quality to show that he can compete at this level and can start games for Arsenal. Eddie Nketiah, also another decent player. I think he's a decent backup striker for Gabriel Jesus. I don't think he's a starting striker in the Premier League. Definitely not for a team like Arsenal. He may be a starting striker in the Premier League for more of a mid-table side, but he's definitely not a starting striker for a top 4 or a Premier League title contender. And then we have the likes of Folarin Balogun, of course, who's out on loan at Stade de Reims, but he will be coming back, and hopefully he will get some game time as well. So we need to decide who's going to stay and who's going to leave, and of course, Rob Holding is one of those players that I will put on the transfer list. He's definitely not going to be staying, so we are going to need at least one center back, maybe two. Kivior, we're definitely going to keep. Who else do we have here that we are unsure about? I am going to put Jorginho on the transfer list, and I am unfortunately going to put Granit Xhaka on the transfer list as well, because there are rumors of him leaving, and I'm not also sure how Jorginho is going to stay, or if he's going to stay at Arsenal. He might also be leaving as well. Although we have been disappointed with Fabio Vieira, he is only 22 and he's 77 rated, so I might keep him just as kind of like a bench player. And Smith-Rowe, of course, we're going to keep, and Nelson and Saka and Trossard and Nketiah we're also going to keep, but we need to make some additions, so let's go and do that. And we are making that happen. This is exactly what Arsenal needs. He's an amazing, strong, fast, good on the ball midfielder, very, very creative, very accurate with his passing. He wants to play at Arsenal. He's coming to Arsenal. Declan Rice, welcome to Arsenal. Now, we also said that we needed a center back, so we went and got a center back for the future. This guy right here, Mohamed Simakan from RB Leipzig. He's been rumored to come to Arsenal. There's been talks already about Mohamed Simakan coming to Arsenal from Leipzig, so we went out and got him. We paid 35 million pounds. I believe he's like 79 rated, which is actually really, really good, and he's only 22 years old. He's tall, he's strong. We're very, very happy to have him here. We need that extra center back. We need that quality. We need that depth. Mohamed Simakan, welcome to Arsenal. And what's his rating? Let's find out. It's an A deal, but let's find out the rating. What's the rating? 79? 79? 80? Is that what he is? 80. Let's go. Mohamed Simakan, welcome to Arsenal. So now that we take a look at our starting 11 and our bench, it's actually looking much better with those two additions. Declan Rice and Partey will be better than Partey and Xhaka, with Odegaard complementing them as well. And then we have Mohamed Simakan on the bench coming in for Gabriel or Saliba. And if we need be, we also have Tomiyasu and Kieran Tierney on the bench. There are rumors of Kieran Tierney joining West Ham, I believe, and I'm not sure if that's going to happen. So we may look at another left back later on in this rebuild. But for the most part, I am happy with the two signings that we made with Declan Rice and Simakan. We made our team younger with Declan Rice and Simakan, and we made our team better with Declan Rice and Simakan. The bench is definitely stronger with Simakan there. It gives us that kind of center back support for Gabriel and Saliba. We know that we have a quality center back coming off the bench. And of course, Declan Rice. I mean, he's been absolutely fantastic with West Ham. He's going to be absolutely fantastic with us. So I'm not going to make any more signings for this season. We're going to see how the season goes and how we do. And then if we need to make changes in the off season, next summer transfer window, that's what we're going to do. All right, so the first season has come to an end, and we kind of went on a little bit of a run in May. A draw against Tottenham, a draw against Liverpool. We beat Fulham and we beat Bournemouth to finish off the season. Now, how did we finish in the Premier League and everywhere else? Let's find out. Where are we? 6th. We finished in 6th. 17, 15, and 6. We only lost 6 games, 66 points. Spurs won the league. What are Spurs doing winning the league? They never win anything. Spurs, Man City, Liverpool, Man United, Chelsea, and then us. And Newcastle is right behind us. And then Aston Villa as well. I mean, a little bit disappointed. West Ham got relegated. We stole Declan Rice from West Ham, and West Ham tanked and got relegated to the championship. That is unbelievable. That's insane. Now, how else did we do in other competitions? The FA Cup. How did we do in the FA Cup? Man City won the FA Cup. How far did we make it in the FA Cup? We went to the 6th round 6, and we lost to Liverpool. Okay, so the quarterfinals. We lost in the quarterfinals of the FA Cup. Did we win any other trophies? Did we win any other trophies? Carabao Cup? Did we win any trophies? Man United won the Carabao Cup. We weren't in the semifinals. We lost in the quarterfinals to Liverpool again. So Liverpool has our number. We lost to Liverpool in the FA Cup. We lost to Liverpool in the Carabao Cup. What about Europa League? We were definitely in the Europa League. Man United versus Frankfurt in the Europa League, and we lost. Where are we? Where are we? We lost in the round of 16 to Porto. I mean, that brings back memories. Arsenal lost to Sporting in the Europa League, another Portuguese side, and this time we lose to Portuguese side Porto. So we didn't win any trophies in our first season. We didn't win any trophies at all, and that's kind of disappointing. Now what about stat wise? Who did what for us here? Gabriel Martinelli Martinelli, 29 goal contributions in 51 appearances, 26 goals. That is huge. Gabriel Jesus, 22 and 7, also 29 goal contributions in 53 appearances. Saka, excuse me, I think he's injured. I think he's injured or suspended. What is that? What is that red stop sign? Is that injury or suspension? What is that? I forgot what that is. You guys let me know. 18 and 9, also very good. Odegaard, I expected more from you, honestly. I really did. Only 4 goals and 6 assists in 31 appearances in the Premier League. I expected more. Jorginho, Declan Rice was okay as a holding central defensive midfielder. Partey as well. Zinchenko, I mean, not bad. Simicon played a little bit. Kivior played a little bit. I mean, a little bit disappointing. Not gonna lie to you guys, a little bit disappointing. I am kind of disappointed. So we definitely need to improve in other areas to make this team more competitive, because it is clear that the signing of Declan Rice and Simicon is not enough. It is the start of the second season and everybody is growing nicely. Partey 85, Rice is an 86, Odegaard is an 88 now. Oh my gosh, Saliba 85, Gabriel 84, Ramsdale is an 86, Saka, Jesus, Martinelli 86, 86 and 88. Now the only hole that I see is definitely in the left back and the right back positions. Ben White's not growing as great as I thought he would. I mean, 82, he's okay, I guess, but I think we definitely need an upgrade on Zinchenko/Tierney on that left-hand side. And we definitely need some more players on the bench, because Jorginho is kind of getting on. He's 31 now, so I want to get rid of Jorginho. I already got rid of Eddie Nketiah because we have Mr. Balogun here, who's 79 rated. So he's going to be the backup striker for Jesus, but we need some more quality midfielders, I think. We definitely need at least 1 or 2 more quality midfielder, plus a left back, or maybe even a right back. And I'm not sure what to do with Vieira. I'm kind of just getting like sick of him, honestly. He's 23 years old, 78 rated. He's kind of just like floating around on the bench. I really don't know what to do with Patrick Vieira. I can't believe I called him Patrick Vieira. Now, we needed another midfielder, somebody that's a little younger and shows a lot of promise. And this is what we got. Do you guys see what's on the bench right here? Who's that? That's Moises Caicedo. We got him from Brighton. I paid his release clause. He's 79 rated. He's only 21 years old, but he's going to fit perfectly. He's going to grow very, very well for us, because I am trying to sell Jorginho and a few other players to kind of make the squad a little bit more younger, like I said, because Jorginho is getting on. He's 31 years old. I already said that to you guys. And we may have to replace Partey at some point as well, because he's kind of carrying on as well. He's 30, turning 31. He's still pretty good, 85 rated, but in a season or two, depending how we do, we may have to replace Partey. And this is why I brought in Moises Caicedo. So Moises Caicedo, welcome to Arsenal. Now, where has Arsenal always struggled? Well, we always struggled on the right-hand side, especially in the right back position, for what seems like years now, even going back to Hector Bellerin. We've never been able to fill that position properly. Ben White and Tomiyasu has done a decent job over there, but we need a quality right back. So we got this man right here, Ridley Baku. Welcome to Arsenal. He's pacey. He's 25 years old. He's highly rated. Welcome to Arsenal, Ridley Baku. Let's go. Ridley Baku, welcome to Arsenal. He was on his last year at Manchester City. His contract was expiring. And what is his rating? He's 82 rated. He fits in perfectly there. And now Ben White can become one of those other backup center backs alongside Simicon. I mean, I'm looking at the updated squad and it is looking tasty, honestly. Martinelli, Jesus, Saka, Partey, Rice, Odegaard, Zinchenko, Gabriel, Saliba, Ridley Baku on that right-hand side, and Aaron Ramsdale in nets. Now, even the bench is looking good too. Balogun, White, Simicon, Tierney, Caicedo, and Trossard. That is a strong bench. That is a quality bench. We just have to get rid of Jorginho and possibly bring in another left back instead of Zinchenko/Tierney. I don't know if I'm going to do that this season because Jorginho is still 84 rated. Maybe he can come off the bench for us. I haven't had any offers come in for Jorginho, so I haven't had an opportunity to sell him. So if we can't sell him, we're going to keep him and we're going to move forward. Okay, so the second season has come to an end. Now, the whole point of this rebuild is to try and get Arsenal back to that high high level, which is basically winning the Premier League. Now, winning the Champions League is obviously another story. I would love to win the Champions League, but I think winning the Premier League has definitely been our main priority. Now, over the course of the last 2 seasons here, we've made 4 signings. We brought in Declan Rice, we brought in Simicon, we brought in Ridley Baku, and we brought in Moises Caicedo. We haven't brought in any forwards. We just bolstered up the midfield and the defense. So I want to see how we did the second season. I haven't looked yet at all, so let's find out how we did in the Premier League. Oh, we won the Europa League. First of all, we won the Europa League. We didn't win the Premier League. We only lost 3 games in the Premier League. 23, 12, and 3. Manchester City beat us out by 1 point. Oh my gosh. The rebuild was almost complete. It was almost successful. I mean, that is a huge improvement. Just with 2 signings of Caicedo and Ridley Baku, that is a huge improvement. We only signed 4 players over the past 2 years, and we went from 6th to 2nd. Unbelievable. Now, so a little bit disappointing that we didn't win the Premier League, but I'm still happy that we finished 2nd and we competed with Manchester City. Now, how do we do in other competitions? Of course, we just saw that we won the Europa League. We won the Europa League. We beat Ajax in the finals. First trophy for Arsenal as us managing the club with this rebuild. I'm happy with that. I mean, honestly, we got a European trophy under our belt. Let's go. Did we have any other titles? Did we have any other cups? Hopefully we won another cup or something. I don't know. Let's find out. FA Cup. Did we win the FA Cup? No, it was Man City that won the FA Cup. They beat Spurs. Spurs lose again. Where did we lose? Where did Arsenal go? Arsenal, where are you? Arsenal. We lost to Brentford in the 5th round, 1-0. Yeah, Brentford. Okay. Carabao Cup. Did we do anything in the Carabao Cup? Chelsea won the Carabao Cup. We lost to Chelsea in the finals of the Carabao Cup. We could have won 2 trophies this year, and we only won 1. We won the Europa League. But you know what? That's still pretty good. We won the Europa League. We got 1 trophy under our belt. Now, can we build on that? After the second season, who did everything for us? It was Bukayo Saka. 34 goals, 11 assists in 58 appearances. That is huge. 21 goals in the Premier League. Jesus, 25 goals, 11 assists, 36 goals contributions in 58 appearances. 12 goals and 5 assists in the Premier League. Could have probably done a little bit better. 9 and 4 in 13 matches in the Europa League. Not bad. Martinelli with 20 and 9, 13 and 6 in the Premier League. So we had 3 players that scored 20 or more goals this season total. Not in the Premier League. We had 2 players that scored. No, we only had 1 player that scored 20 or more goals in the Premier League, and that was Saka. But we had 3 players total that scored 20 or more goals in all competitions. Absolutely fantastic. And Odegaard finally stepped up. Still a little bit disappointing, but 16 goals, 9 assists, 25 goal contributions in 56 appearances. That is really good. I'm happy with that, honestly. Declan Rice playing as a defensive midfielder, 2 and 2. That is fine. Baku, 1 and 1, played 38 matches. Saliba, strong. Balogun didn't play that much. I mean, I kind of disappointed in that, to be honest with you. Smith Rowe actually contributed pretty well. He had 9 appearances in the Premier League and scored 6 goals and 8 goals in 18 appearances total. So pretty good. I'm pretty happy with that, honestly. I'm pretty happy with the growth, and I'm pretty happy with the progress that we're making. Season 3 of this Arsenal rebuild has arrived, and everybody keeps on growing for some reason. Even Jorginho, he went up from an 84 to an 85. What's happening? We wanted to sell Jorginho. Now I kind of want to keep him. And I think I might keep him because even though he's 32 years old, he's still 85 rated and he's quality. Ben White is now 84 rated. Tomiyasu 81. Smith Rowe is 82. Kivior is growing nicely. Tierney and Zinchenko have topped off at 82. So we might have to look for a new left back. I think that's what we might do in this transfer window. I think that is the plan. But everybody else is growing very, very nice. Trossard is an 80. Balogun is an 80. Moises Caicedo is now 81 rated. Simicon is 82 rated. Our squad is really starting to fill in and really look like a squad that can compete. And we are going to be playing in the Champions League this season. Now, can we win the Champions League? I don't know, but I really want to win the Premier League with the squad. We've only made 4 signings, like I said. I know I've mentioned it before, but we turned the squad around from 6th to 2nd, and we won the Europa League with with 4 signings. We wanted to make another signing for the back line, especially on that left-hand side. So we got this guy. Alejandro Balde joins us from Fulham. Yeah, believe it or not, he joins us from Fulham. He's 81 rated, 20 years old. Unbelievable. He's going to be very, very good for us. And Arsenal has somewhat of a history having some Spanish left backs. Most recently, Nacho Monreal, who was unbelievable. Unbelievable for several years on that left-hand side. So we're going to continue with that Spanish route. Alejandro Balde joins us from Fulham for 23 million plus Nuno Tavares. Welcome to Arsenal, Alejandro Balde. You're going to be playing the Champions League with us. And honestly, now I look at this squad and I think we can compete. Like, we can definitely compete with the Man Cities and possibly even in the Champions League. We're going to have to see, but this squad is looking very, very nice. I love the addition of Balde. I love the additions of Baku. I love the addition of Rice in the middle. I love Balogun that he's on the bench. Simicon is on the bench. White, Caicedo, Jorginho is still doing well. Honestly, this may be the season that we win some serious trophies. I don't think I'm going to make any more signings this season in what is our 3rd year now. Can we win the Premier League? Can we possibly do some damage in the Champions League? We're going to have to wait and see. But before we start getting through the entire season, I did want to show you our Champions League group. Bayer Leverkusen, Celtic, and Copenhagen. Honestly, this is a group that we can easily get out of and easily finish first in. So now I'm looking even more forward to trying to do something in the Champions League because this group is easily winnable and we can easily get out of it. I know I just said easy like 1,000 times. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Sometimes I forget what words I used. Let's go finish off the season. Okay, so there's one game left in the Premier League season. 37 matches in, and we are supposed to play Liverpool away. Now, I'm going to show you something. This is insane. This is as insane as it gets, honestly. Your guys are going to drop your jaws to the floor. We are in first. 23, 12, and 2 on 81 points. Spurs are tied with us, also on 81 points. We have the better goal difference. And then Manchester City is on 80 points. 24, 8, and 5. 1 point behind us. We all have 1 match left to play. If we win our last match against 4th place Liverpool, who are obviously not in the running anymore, they will finish 4th. Chelsea's too far back, and they're too far back of 3rd place Manchester City. We win the Premier League, and our mission is complete. We best out Manchester City. So I think the only thing left to do is to go and play Liverpool away for the Premier League title. Here we go, match day 38, live from Anfield. It is Arsenal visiting Liverpool for all the glory. Arsenal win, we win the Premier League. We tie, I don't know what happens. We lose, we probably don't win anything. So let's go and try and get this win. We can't make that through ball. Tonali intercepts, and Liverpool is going to come back the other way through Rodrigo and Tonali. Where's Tonali going to go? He's going to try and go out wide, but it is intercepted by Baku. Baku's been making great passes on that right-hand side. Can we make a pass? A wide-out pass to Jesus, and he is running down that right-hand side. I tried to get it to Saka. We can't. Allison. Come on, we need a goal here. Can we counter? We can't counter Hernandez. Yes, we can. We might be able to through Jesus. Jesus. Gabriel Jesus. Yes. 29 minutes in. Woo! It is 1-0. 1-0 Arsenal on a silly mistake by Liverpool in the back. And Jesus capitalizes, and we are this much closer to the Premier League title. This much. 1-0 Arsenal. Like, insane. There we go again. And this time it's Balde. It's Balde. It's Balde. It's our left back. Alejandro Balde makes it 2 before halftime. What a through ball by Thomas Partey. Unbelievable ball. Let's go. I don't want Liverpool to get back into the game before halftime. I don't want to concede one here. I said I don't want to concede one here. I really don't want to concede one here. Rodrigo does well. Oh, no. Rodrigo. Oh, no. Nah, saved. What? Penalty? For what? I said I don't want Liverpool to get back into the game. Steps in. Ooh, I almost got there. Oh, Rodrigo, you got lucky. It is halftime. It is 2-1. We said we didn't want them to get back into this game, but they did. Hopefully the second half will be ours. Can we counter? Do we have time to counter? Do we have men going forward to counter? We do. It is Baku. Baku going forward. Oh my, look at him go. And that is Jesus again. And that is Gabby Jesus from Baku. Woo! Calm down. Calm down. The Premier League trophy may be ours. Beautiful run by Baku. Beautiful pass. Beautiful finish. The 2-goal lead is restored. Let's go. Whoa. Little trickery there. Hold on. But it's a foul. 84 minutes in and the game is not over yet. It is not over here. Who's going to take this free kick? It will be Darwin. It may not be. It might be Tony Cruz. It's not going to be Darwin. It's going to be Cruz. 85 minutes in. Tony Cruz misses. We may have some relief. Can we get another goal? Jesus steps in again and Jesus is going to be off to the races here. Jesus. The Premier League title is going to be ours. The Premier League title will be ours. Call it. Is that it? That's it. And Arsenal are champions of the Premier League. We did it. 3 seasons it took us. 3 seasons, 5 signings, and ultimately we get to lift the trophy. Let's go. Yes, we are champions, but Spurs also won their last match, so they tied us on points with 84, so we only won on goal difference. We had a better +4 goal difference than Spurs. We were a +40, they were a +36. Man City 3 points behind us on +38 goal difference, and Liverpool stayed in 4th. I mean, we only lost 2 matches all season, guys. We won 24, drew 12, and lost 2, scored 79 goals. Now, how else did we do in other competitions? The FA Cup. Man City won the FA Cup. We lost to Norwich in the semi-finals of the FA Cup. Norwich. Can you believe that? Kudos to Norwich. They went far. Carabao Cup. How do we do in the Carabao Cup? Man City won the Carabao Cup as well. We weren't in the semi-finals. We weren't in the quarterfinals. We were in the were we in the 4th round at all? Where are we? Where's Arsenal? Where are we? We lost to Man City in the 3rd round. Okay, in the 3rd round of the Carabao Cup. So that didn't go well for us either. And the Champions League. It is Liverpool versus PSG. Semi-finals. We didn't make it to the semi-finals. Quarterfinals. We lost to Liverpool in the quarterfinals. 5-4 on aggregate. So it was almost fitting that Liverpool stole our Champions League hopes, but we beat Liverpool in the Premier League to win the Premier League title. Yes. And now taking a look at some of the statistics from our squad. Gabriel Jesus was absolutely fantastic. 33 goals, 6 assists, 39 goal contributions in 57 appearances. Bukayo Saka, 23 and 17. Unbelievable. Martinelli, 19 and 9. Baku, 13 and 6. Can you believe that? Odegaard, 10 and 15. Also very, very good. Declan Rice did well. Zinchenko did well with 6 assists. Balogun played 9 matches. Balde, played his 20 matches, 1 goal, 2 assists. I mean, I'm happy with that. Everybody kind of contributed, honestly. Everybody contributed to this squad, to this Premier League leading Premier League winning squad. This is where we ended. I mean, this is where we ended. We set out a goal in the beginning of the season, in the beginning of this rebuild, to win the Premier League. And we did that after the end of the 3rd season. 3 seasons in, 5 signings in, some disappointment. Don't forget, we also won the Europa League in season 2. So that's another trophy. So all in total, we won 2 trophies in 3 seasons. We won the Europa League in the 2nd season and the Premier League in the 3rd season. We didn't win any cups. We didn't win any European competitions besides the Europa League. We didn't win the Champions League, but we won the Premier League. Hey, let's have fun this summer until the next Premier League season starts, and we'll just continue making some fun videos, some fun content, some career mode content as well. So I'll talk to you guys soon. Have yourself a wonderful, 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 wonderful rest of the day. And let me know down in the comments what other videos you'd like to see. Also, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, little noti bell as well if you haven't already. All right, I'll talk to you guys soon. Peace.